Good morning or good afternoon, everyone, depending on where you're joining us from today, and welcome to the webinar. My name's Liam Brager from the Business Review Webinars team, and I'll be your host for today's webinar. It's our pleasure to have with us today Schott, who will be presenting this webinar. Before we move into the webinar, I'd like to take a moment just to alert you to the polling session that is currently active on the right-hand side of your screen. If you could take a moment to participate in that poll, that would be fantastic. It's just going to give us some good background as to how to proceed with the session today. So the question is, which of the following are you most likely to fill into a vial with a barrier coating? Is it vaccines, monoclonal antibodies, peptides and recombinant proteins, cytokines, gene therapy, plasma-derived proteins, unbuffered formulations, or formulations with a high pH value? So I'll just leave that poll running in the background whilst I introduce our speakers. So Schott will be speaking today on how to package a highly sensitive drug. Today's guest speaker is Florence Buska, who is the Global Product Manager for Vials and Coatings for Pharma Packaging at Schott Pharmaceutical Packaging. I'd like to take a moment just to remind you of some of the features of the software as well. You'll see in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen a Q&A function. Please do ask as many questions as you want throughout the webinar session. Towards the end of the session, we'll dedicate 10 to 15 minutes to answering those questions. And if we don't get around to your question, I do apologize, but the team from Schott will be in touch with you shortly after the session to answer those questions. So without any further ado, let me hand control over to Florence. And Florence, in a moment or two, you should have control and you should be able to introduce yourself to the audience. If you click on the screen, you'll be able to move forward with the slides.
Yeah, welcome everybody. Thank you, Liam, for the introduction, and thank you all for participating. As Liam already said, a lot of people all around the globe have phoned in today. So for some of you, it's very much the night. It's Australia, India, Brazil, Europe, and US. So warm welcome. And yes, as Liam said, feel free to ask questions anytime. We started today with how to. Yes, I can answer you that. In fact, we use 200% in situ inspections on each reactor, and as I told you, each container is the reactor itself. So it's measuring temperature, the optical plasma emission also. And then we have the control of the process parameters that are online. It's including the glass flow, the vacuum, and the microwave. And then in the third stage, we have an automatic system monitoring of the long-term stability, so maintenance, calibration of the actuators and sensor, all of this. So this is what we do to make sure that we do it in a proper way, and sure, it's a validated process.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you very much, Florence. That's about all that we've got time for with regards to questions. So, Florence, I don't know if you have any further thoughts to leave the audience with?
Well, again, thank you very much for participating. Feel free to contact me or my colleagues, and I wish you all a wonderful day. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Florence, and thank you again to Schott for hosting the session. Just to clarify again for the audience, both the slides and the recording of the webinar will be available shortly, both through Schott and through Business Review at www.business-review-webinars.com. Please do follow us as well on Twitter at BRWebinars for updates on more webinars that will be coming out shortly. Thank you again for your attendance, and we hope to see you soon. Thank you, and goodbye.